If he can call in, we can do that.
Are you looking for that
Well, hold on.
picture-perfect
Yeah.
I kind of
home
made the
for your
playlist.
No,
I
that's
turned
all
the
right, fine.
playlist around now.
All right,
and
good.
need to quickly sell your existing home? Consider Marla Lewis with Entourage Real Estate. Marla has over 15 years of experience in the real estate industry. And whether you're buying or selling a home in town or on the water, she'll work tirelessly to get you the best price with the best terms possible. Don't delay. Contact Marla Lewis today at 832-868-6091 or visit EntourageRealtors.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote. Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-207-1265. 800-207-1265. 800-207-1265.
The following program, paid for by Right Path Real Estate, does not necessarily represent.
I'm gonna try to
the
fade it in. We'll
Yep.
see how this turns out.
Okay.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, 713-785-1817. Did a quick change during the break. I'm now joined with Brandon. He's with Foundation Check, foundationcheck.com, 346-702-3825, 346-702-3825. So you said, we were talking about during the break, you know, when I first started Fast Track, it was daily. You know, I'd walk into stuff that was new to me, you know, and I'd go, wow, I've never seen that before. And then the longer I did it, that moved to like weeks, you know, and then it moved to months. And now it's been actually a pretty good while since, you know, I mean, once you've seen all the cat stuff and the dog stuff and all the crazy stuff that people do and how they redesign rooms and stuff, I mean, it's like there's only so much you can see eventually, right? Once I saw the electrical panel box, right, where you have to change it, you're standing in the bathtub. I mean, you see all kinds of crazy, you know, once you see that once, you can't ever go, wow, I've never seen that before, right? I mean, so there's this checklist, and I know for you, you've been doing this a while, and so you said you ran into something this week that like is on that checklist of wow, never seen that before.
Yeah,
Please tell, please tell.
Yeah, just a little, you know, bizarre inspection more than anything. It was a job over in Spring Branch, and we went out to inspect the property, perform the evaluation check itself, and apparently the foundation had pier done quite a while ago.
Okay.
Gentleman had the drawing, had 15 piers, 20 piers right in that area, and then apparently along the way about 5 years ago they had under slab plumbing crack. So they hired a plumber.
Sure.
Came out and this was a rent house, and I don't think the checks on the contractors quite checked out because what we ended up finding out, it seems that the plumber, when they went back in and did the under slab plumbing, removed the interior piers when they were running their pipe, because the gentleman had pictures of the press piles that they were removing from underneath this slab when they were installing the new sewer pipe. So versus plumbing around the pier,
sure, right. This pier's in my way. I just need to move this. This is so unnecessary.
So they completely pulled that pier out,
right,
in order to run a straight line to the main sewer pipe in the backyard, and it lost all of its integrity value.
Yeah, of course, right.
And that's a contractor flaw more than
Right.
anything.
Sure.
And it's nothing done by the homeowner or the landlord.
Right.
It was just something that, and he was sitting there showing us pictures. Oh yeah, look at the cylinder they pulled out, and they pulled out the shims and everything else, and he goes, yeah, he seemed okay with it, so I just kind of let it go, and I'm going, well,
Yeah, plumbers aren't necessarily experts in structural engineering, right?
so and that's apparently what was done, and of course,
Oh my gosh.
and about 5 years later, Will called back out, and he said, hey.
Yeah, I need a warranty work on this pier because it's failing now, right?
and now we've got movement again,
Right.
because it would appear that the plumbers took out the press piles that were originally placed back over so many years ago. So, very interesting find on the inspection side. I have
Is
not
that
seen
plumber
him.
still in business?
He's going to try to hunt him down.
Yeah,
You know how
right.
that goes, unfortunately.
Yeah, because if
So-
you're a master plumber, you're required to carry insurance, right? Not all plumbers are master plumbers, but all plumbers are supposed to work under a master plumber.
That's correct.
Unless
Be
you-
registered with the state and
Right.
everything else and carry insurance. But so yeah, that was just an interesting inspection, and I had never seen that before. And contractor foul, I guess you would say. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to hopefully get it redrawn up and see if we can maybe install a new pier by the new plumbing that should have been there a long time ago to support the interior.
Yeah, so
pier
maybe
work.
move it over a couple inches, something like that.
Yeah, a couple inches, couple feet.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got so much
Because what's the
movement now.
size of that pipe? Like 4 inch? Is it a 4 inch?
4-inch pipe.
Yeah.
4-inch pipe. But I mean, I was just sitting there looking at the pictures of the stuff they were pulling out when they were tunneling underneath, and I'm going,
That's crazy.
I'm going, wow. So, but yep. So that was an interesting story. So we're here to help the masses. If you guys got a foundation you'd like for us to come out and take a look at it, we're here to help.
So what's the difference between when a plumber tunnels underneath there versus chips out the foundation? What are some pros and cons to that?
All boils down to cost, predominantly in the investor world. From a structural engineering standpoint, anytime that you start breaking up the structural integrity of a foundation, you're going to have the potential of failure.
Right.
Tunneling hand over fist is better.
Yeah.
But you got to look at the cost of it. There's a variety of different costs that are involved in tunneling, and you'll get all kinds of different from your guy at Home Depot that will tunnel underneath
Yeah, of course,
to
right.
your master plumber with the big names here locally. So
Yeah.
we highly recommend tunneling. We fully understand, though, that it may not be cost effective for an investor in their rehab budget to go through. Personally, I've done both. I've tunneled before in some of my houses, and we've gone through the slab because it makes sense. If that toilet or that kitchen is 3 or 4 feet away from the exterior wall
Right.
to get to, that's a lot different than going in the middle of the house 20
Yeah.
feet.
Right.
As far as the overall integrity of the foundation and potentially damaging it. So
Yeah, I have to say, before I ever got in this industry, I never really paid attention to the fact that almost all plumbing on the first floor is near an exterior wall.
Yeah.
I never now that I understand how drain lines work and things like
Sure.
that, then it totally makes sense. And what you realize is, hey, when you're buying a house, a bathroom underneath the stairwell in the middle of the house, although that looks really convenient, if you ever had to repair that, if you're looking at holding this house a long term, that may not be a feature that's necessarily advantageous. Because when we talk about, people want to know what's the range of cost, and we tell people to budget, if you need underground plumbing, $4,000 to $8,000, and they why is it 8 versus 4? And I'm like, well, it depends on how close to the exterior the plumbing is, right? If you have that interior, you got a 20-foot run, that's going to get expensive to either chip it out or tunnel.
that is correct.
And I can imagine a 20-foot chip out, that would be, that you'd have a tough time not crossing a beam or not crossing.
That's correct. So if you're ever out there walking a home and you're about to purchase it, I highly recommend what you recommend is learning where those plumbing, is it located on the inside or is it located on the exterior wall?
And we're talking about first
so-
floor, because second floor doesn't really matter, because you can
Absolutely.
take out the ceiling of the first floor and you
Yep.
can access all the plumbing there, so that's not really as big of a deal.
Yep, absolutely, totally agree.
Okay, so I'm joined live in the studio with Brandon. He's with Foundation Check. That's foundationcheck.com, 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. So what I love about what y'all do, and I bring this up every time you're on, but, I can call a lot of different foundation companies. They'll come out and give me a free, quote on what it takes. But what most people don't realize is the foundation companies, the reason why they're able to give the free quotes it's not that they're shady or anything like that, but if you're giving free quotes, kind of like flooring guys, right? They'll come out and give you a free quote on replacing your flooring, but different than flooring, foundation companies really can change the scope of work based on where they choose to measure from. So you pointed out in the past that they have a tendency to want to find the high spot in the house and raise the rest of the house to match that high spot, which means that might end up using 35 or 40 piers. But the goal is not to get the property all level to the highest point. The goal is to get the property within building tolerance. So explain what building tolerance means.
Yeah, so based on our soils and even new construction, brand new construction, we've gone out and measured new construction. You're going to have some variance of movement just based on our clay soils, and our goal is to get that foundation within reason. Not there is no such thing as level per se, but within building tolerances. So that's roughly 1 inch over 20 feet in general. Depends on what your runs and how your foundation
so
is.
So it's a
laid
quarter
out.
inch over 10 feet, so inch over 20 feet.
That is a ballpark estimate, but that is and a lot of that goes into how your slab is designed too.
Okay.
So that's a metric that is given by the Foundation Performance Society that we belong to. That is kind of there is no governing body for foundation repair companies or foundation individuals, but it's something that we're a part of that association. We believe in that metric that they've put forward, and it's just it works.
Yeah.
And so our goal, when I tell you, say, hey, can you get this within level? Well, there is no really true thing as being level, because our slabs are designed to move, especially with the post tension.
Right.
So that is our goal. When you hire us, we're going to come out, we're going to do our best job to get that foundation within tolerances and be cost effective for you. Basically, we're going to be your eyes and ears when it comes to the foundation repair industry on the front side. If I can save you 2 or 3 piers, then my report is paid for in whole. So
perfect. So Brian asked a question. He says, I've been rehabbing 1930 to 1940 pier and beam, and I've been struggling with budgeting and making my PRV. That's a predictive, PFV is I think what he means, predictive future value. Also a company that can do the right work once. Any recommendations?
Yeah, pier and beam is difficult. Something he doesn't mention there is the age of the house.
Yeah, he says 1930s to 1940s, pier and beam.
Yeah, so what I would recommend, on our end, we would probably stay away from that on the front side. I'll be honest with you, because what'll happen is those floor joists and those blocks underneath, they're moved. I mean, when you're that old, you're that withered. What we recommend is that you have the foundation company come out, repair it, and then we'll certify the work in order to meet your. Let's say you're in a hard money company. A hard money company wants a structural engineer report. Well, that's where we come in and certify that. So
you want to come in after the fact on that situation. You want to come in before on a slab, but on a pier and beam. Okay, so what's the right way to fix a pier and beam like that?
Well, I mean, they'll come in, they'll remove the floor joist. They'll, a lot of it also has to do with how the soil is underneath.
Right.
What is the raw height of the soil? Can somebody physically get under there and in order to change? Because we've gone out and measured pier and beams where the soil line is so high that the only way that they can go in is
tunnel.
Is tunnel underneath, or actually go through the subfloor.
Right.
And then you're pulling up a lot of subfloor in order to get your house level. So.
And that gets expensive.
Yeah, it does. So there are foundation companies out there that do pier and beam. So I don't know if you guys have any on the referral list, but there are
any companies you want to recommend?
Yeah, there's a Trinity will go out there and do it. Boost Foundation also does pier and beam as well. So those are the 2 companies that I've used in the past on pier and beam. But yeah, because there's no point in me going out and measuring a 1930s pier and beam house because. Frankly, I don't know if I've ever seen one not.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the tolerance level is going to be out. So.
Yeah, you're expecting Grandma's house to be like a roller coaster inside.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
In fact, that's probably great Grandma's house. Right.
Especially at that that age.
In that time frame.
They're all fixable. Pier and beam, slab, they're fixable. It's just that we prefer to look at that pier and beam house after the work has been done and certify it that way.
Yeah, the difference is I think with a slab, I always realize that. Almost any slab can be fixed for less than on average, less than 30 piers. And can you get to 50? Yeah, absolutely. But that's so rare. You're going to know that it's an extreme case when you get to that many piers, right?
Sure. And a lot of it depends on square foot.
Correct.
So, I mean, for the investment world, if we're buying 2,500 square feet and under, 30 piers, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
But you're talking about just the piers or pilings, not almost never the beams, right? Beams rarely ever fail on a slab foundation.
that is correct.
But when you're talking about a pier and beam house, those beams are oftentimes made of wood, and that wood has rotted, or it's either rotted or termites. And what's the difference, right? I mean, it's just it's bad. It's structurally failed.
That is correct.
So you actually have to raise the house up enough to slide a new beam in there before you ever address the piers, right? So
That
it's
is correct.
you've really got an extra step that you don't really have with slab houses. So, do you have a way that you ballpark the number? Oh, the music tells me I'm out of time. Is that right, Nikki? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, on the cost side, since I don't do the work,
Right.
I don't, I don't want to throw out a number out there and be inconsistent.
Sure.
I'd recommend, contacting a repair company is going to give you a better number than I would.
No, man.
Sounds good. All right, so I've been joined live in the studio with Foundation Check. It's foundationcheck.com, 346-702-3825. Give them a call. Thanks.
Yeah, they did a best of. In fact, they just went off. So slide on over. We flip
Do you have
flopped.
cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work. But
What do you want to talk about today?
You talk about general liability,
Yeah, cool.
acting as a contractor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Most of your audience are they usually flippers or
It's
buy
a
and
mix
hold
of
guys?
flip and buy and hold.
Okay.
I mean, our message is if you want to build wealth and income, you need to do buy and hold, right? However, there's a lot of people that may not have multiples of, let's say you have $100,000 and you've got an oil and gas job, you've saved up $100,000. You buy 4 rentals, and you could be out of that $100,000, $25,000 in our pocket. So how do you buy number 5? Well, let's show you how to wholesale or flip. Make
Build
another
your cash
25,
flow.
30. Yeah, build another 25, 50,000 bucks. Buy 2. Flip make 50.
Smart model. Flip 2, maybe
Yeah.
hold 1.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, or flip 1, hold 2. Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Make 50,000 on a flip. I mean, we have students that have made 100,000 on a flip.
Yeah.
So flip 1, buy 4.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
And then, and it depends on are they? I mean, how they're doing their financing, what else they've got, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Train
So
and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
yeah, because I don't think a lot of people realize that even when you have a builder's risk policy,
Yeah.
that the liability you take on when you GC things yourself.
Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket
I mean,
as possible.
injuries
Jet Lending
of
also
your
sets up a
subs.
Yeah, right.
fund
Builder's
to help you
defects.
with
Yeah.
repair costs.
Right.
Jet
know.
Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
I assume he's good on audio levels.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got 1 minute.
Cool.
You've come to the
Thank
right
you.
place. I'm Jennifer
Yes, he is.
Hernandez, senior
So I've got
loan
one more
officer
segment
with
that's a
Legacy
call-in after
Mutual
this.
Mortgage.
Okay.
Our
For
goal
do you know
is to
Anderson
give our
Advisors?
borrowers and referral
You know
partners
okay.
an amazing
They're normally at the
experience during the
big
loan process.
super
My
investor
team
meeting.
believes
Okay.
in putting people
And,
and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for
But
going
they're,
the extra mile for you. This way, we have the
at
energy to make this
a
your
tax
best
and
home purchase
CPA
ever.
advisors,
Give us a call today
attorneys
to
also.
find out
So,
the simple steps
you
to
know,
get started.
if you
I'm
want to,
Jennifer
we talk about the
Hernandez,
three-legged
the
stool
Hernandez
between
team
being
at Legacy
bankable
Mutual Mortgage.
and then being
Jennifer.legacymutual.com or
protecting
call
liability and reducing taxes. You know, the more you reduce your taxes, the less bankable you become, right? And so there's always that balance between I want to become invisible from a liability standpoint, right? But also when you become invisible, you become less bankable. So how do you balance
Where's
that?
that balance between?
Where are you in the process of acquisition phase, maintenance phase, you know, that kind of stuff. So
all right, gentlemen,
they're on
ready?
right after. Ready.
All right, here we go. Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. I'm joined live in the studio. Benchmark Insurance, insureinvestors.com, 281-569-4353. So,
morning.
Well, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
A little bit of traffic this morning.
A little traffic.
There's always traffic in Houston.
Yeah, minor accident. You know how it is.
Worse places.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we actually met up at the office this morning at 7. We're working on a new project, so we had like four of us. 4 of us met this morning. No, 3, 5. 5 of us met this morning at 7. And one guy texted a screenshot of his ways, and there were 4 accidents between him and just like the next street. And I'm like, welcome to Houston.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
congested.
It's drive-in, right?
It is.
So this morning, you want to talk about general liability insurance as a contractor.
Correct.
Because, you know, there's a lot of people that listen to our show, and they flip their own houses. And so
they hire their own subs.
Yeah. So, you know, we typically hire Fast Track.
Right.
And Fast Track has their general liability through you
They're
guys,
insured.
as a matter of fact.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah. And so they're insured as a roofer and a general contracting company. And so I remember what it was running when I was paying general liability insurance. I mean, it was a big chunk of money on an annual basis. And but you know, Hosanna Truck doesn't have that, right?
Exactly.
So when you're hiring Hosanna Truck directly, what kind of liability is that for the investor?
You have the liability of your subs being injured.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you're not carrying workers' comp.
When you
for
say
those guys.
injured, I mean you're talking about like, you know, they miss a nail, they hit their thumb with a hammer.
As small as them hitting their thumb on a nail, or falling through a roof.
Yeah.
But
that's not the investor's fault, right?
It's not the investor's fault, but it is their property.
Yeah.
Therefore, they're liable for any injuries on premise. So, you know, if you are acting as a contractor and don't know it, hey, I'm just hiring a couple guys.
So
from
does
Home
my
Depot.
regular? So let's say I have a builder's risk policy. While I'm doing that, does that cover me on property liability?
It covers civilian liability. So basically, if your next door neighbor steps on a nail, they'll be covered, but it's not covering the injuries of your subs. It's not covering the injuries of the person you sell the house to.
Yeah.
For faulty construction. You know, if a beam falls off the ceiling and hits somebody on the head.
Yep.
These are things that can happen.
Yeah.
And you need to be insured for.
Right. So can I buy that kind of general liability do I buy it for the year? Can I buy it for the quarter?
Do I buy it for the year?
Okay.
Especially if you're doing multiple projects.
Right.
You know, and when I deal with clients, they're always just, it's just one.
No, I'm just doing one
Just
property.
doing
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
You know, And,
one at a time.
And, you know, you
well, only one at that address.
Exactly.
Right.
And you have to disclose your gross annual sales. And in this case, you can exclude the cost of material. So
Okay.
if you're buying a house for $100,000, putting another $50,000 into it,
Yeah.
you know, put about $100,000 in gross sales. And that'll keep your costs a little lower, but you're covered for any injuries, you know, moving forward. So it's just definitely important that you're protected in that sense.
Okay. So what you're saying, if I'm buying a house for 100, am I buying but you're saying I'm putting 50 in it on
Right.
the builder's risk. I've got 30 in labor, right?
Correct.
And I've got, let's say, 20 in materials. So am I buying it on the 30?
You're gonna buy if you bought the house for 100.
Yeah.
And let's say you're dumping another 50 into it.
Correct.
Putting another 20 in labor.
Yep.
Go ahead and insure it for the 100,000.
Okay, got
so
it.
your gross sales would be 100. Now that's saying that you're only doing one project that year.
Correct. Right.
If you're doing multiple projects, insure yourself for $500,000 or $1 million.
Yeah.
It's about $10,000.
Yeah.
But
For the whole year.
For the whole year.
Yeah.
But you know, you don't realize that you are acting as a contractor.
So what if I'm doing just that one project? It's my first project that I ever do. So is it going to cost me $10,000?
It will not. It's prorated.
Okay.
So after 3 months, you can cancel that policy.
Got it.
And get refunded.
So there's 3 months of earned.
Correct.
But I can finance the policy.
You can finance it as well.
Okay, got it. So and then if I'm financing it, then the financing stops. I get a prorated because they're paying the whole thing up front, correct?
Correct.
All right, got it. So insureinvestors.com, insureinvestors.com, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Okay, so that's general liability insurance if I'm acting as a contractor.
Correct.
Okay, so then what all is covered in a builder's risk policy? Because I realize a lot of people, what they do is they don't buy a homeowner's. What do you typically see investors buying? Are they buying vacant dwelling policies, or are they buying general liability policies?
We have a program that offers vacant provisions on our builder's risk program.
Okay.
So you're not going to have to separate those policies. So you would buy builder's risk. Our builder's risk does cover water damage, where most don't. So you definitely want to get builder's risk. You're going to get a separate liability.
Now, when you say water damage, that's if a plumbing pipe breaks,
pipe breaks,
toilet overflows, and you don't catch that, those kind of things.
That is correct.
So that's covered. But storm comes in, they release the dam. That's not covered.
Flood will not be covered unless you have a.
But
flood
the
policy.
house, see what you don't understand is my toilet overflowed first.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Sell that to the insurance.
Yeah, improve it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an interesting claim to the adjuster, right? Okay, so it's insureinvestors.com, 281-569-4353. So, okay, so that's if I'm flipping a house. So I want to get a builder's risk policy, but then I want to have a second general liability policy if I'm not hiring a contractor.
That is correct.
Okay, so I know you see all kinds of shenanigans that go on in the contractor world as it relates to insurance. And so what would you recommend to an investor? How do they protect themselves? They call up Fast Track. Fast Track says, hey, yeah, here's our general liability policy, right? And now I happen to know Fast Track and actually know they pay their premium.
Right.
You do too.
Right.
But not everybody does that.
No.
Sometimes when they get a customer that asks, do you have general liability? And they say, yeah, of course we do. It normally stops there, right?
there.
And then sometimes people say, well, show me your declarations page, right?
Right.
The deck page. Okay, let me
That's just a piece of paper
Let
there.
me fax it over to you,
Right.
send it over on an Accord form, right? But even that doesn't mean that they have insurance, right?
If you do hire a contractor, asking for insurance is half the battle.
Right.
You want to make sure that they're insured. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
But verify that insurance is active.
Yeah.
Call the agency. Say, hey, is this policy
And that'll
active?
normally be on the Accord form, right?
On the Accord form, the
Right, which is
certificate
the
of
deck,
insurance.
the deck page.
Correct.
Right.
Now, you can go as far as asking to be listed as an additional insured
Yep.
On that policy. So, if you can file a claim
Yep.
if something happens. I had a roofer who was insured through us.
Yep.
He bought the insurance. He let it lapse.
Uh-oh.
He just needed the certificate.
Yeah, of course. For one job, he got this. Yeah,
For one job.
He paid 1 month, whatever it was.
Got his contract. He went and took off a roof that he was replacing.
I see the training coming.
And the rain happened.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have 70% chance now.
Yeah.
Rain it flooded out the entire house. Over 70, 80,000 in damage. They call us.
Yep.
He's not insured.
Yeah.
So
And he doesn't have the 70 or 80,000 to make it right, I assume.
of course not.
Yeah, right.
But it's a little too late at that point.
Sure.
You want to verify beforehand that they
Yeah.
are covered.
Right.
So take those steps moving forward.
Yep.
Don't just take a piece of paper and say they are insured.
So how do you become through the roofer? He's going to have to be able to be added. What does it normally cost whoever the person is to add in?
It depends on the company, but around $50 to $100.
Yeah.
To add yourself as an additional insured, though.
Yeah, most customers that's pretty cheap insurance. So you're basically you're adding yourself onto their policy for like $50 or $100.
Do it.
And how long does that normally take to get that add on?
A couple hours.
Okay.
For them to email the underwriter, get approval. Okay, hey,
2
he's
minutes.
listed as an additional insured. If he files a claim, he can actually file a claim on this policy.
Yeah.
You know,
so you don't have to file the claim through the roofer or through the general contractor. You only have to file a claim directly because it's like you have your own policy.
Have interest in the policy.
Right. You have an interest in the policy.
Exactly.
So you get a chance to file a claim without even going through bypassing them.
That is correct.
So
now, making sure they're classified correctly because they can say, hey, I'm a general contractor. I do more carpentry work and sheetrock. They go and replace your roof and screw up.
Yeah. They weren't covered for roofing.
They weren't covered properly.
And roofing is a totally separate category. I mean, it's it's because it's one of the highest categories to rate of all of the general
Biggest
contract.
exposure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because that's where people get the most injured. That's where you
More
get
liability.
Yeah, a lot of damage happens. All that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So if you want to be an expert, it takes time to be a tenant, whatever you do. And what we do is we surround ourselves. We surround our whole team is built up of people that are tens in what they do. Benchmark Insurance, they're definitely 10s at what they do. If you want to find out more about general liability, about builder's risk, about vacant dwelling policies, about landlord policies, all of those things, all you need to do is go to insureinvestors.com. That's insureinvestors.com, or go to 281-569-4353, 281-569-4353. Anything else you want to add?
No, give us a call if you have any questions, regarding claims, why rates are going up, just to shop.
Rates are going up?
Rates are going up.
Yeah.
$500 this year for average homeowners.
Wow.
Increase.
Yeah.
From last year.
Yeah.
So
That's
with,
a lot.
with all the claims, with all the floods, hurricanes, expect our property rates to go up a little more every
Right.
year.
Yeah.
So they're hedging for the next one.
Okay. Thanks for
All
coming
right.
in, man.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Mike's off.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Is who'd you say is calling in?
Oh, Carl is
Carl?
on hold for
Okay, cool.
Anderson Advisors.
Nice.
Carl Zellner.
Or more
Nice.
importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while
Nice,
mitigating
nice,
risk.
nice.
This is
I like Carl.
exactly why we started Next Gen.
Me too. I like Carl too.
Yeah.
Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors.
All things
aren't
considered, I
just
think
looking
that
for a
went pretty
number of
well.
what their property is worth.
With
Well,
the-
yeah,
yeah.
I'm happy it turned out good.
Yeah, right.
Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Taxes. Just the sound of that word makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at andersonadvisors.com, and don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Are small returns getting in
It's
the way
rare
of
that I
your
wear
business
this
plan?
green shirt
Why
on
settle for
my.
mediocre results? There's a better place to
Are you
invest.
watching on Facebook?
The experts
Oh,
agree
yeah, I
that
see.
single
You're
family real
see-through.
estate is one
Yeah.
of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return.
Jason loves that. Like one day he looked like a floating head.
Yeah,
Visit
right.
today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Did you know that there
All
are
right, 1
over
minute.
$24
Right.
trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at fund IRAs, or go to our website, questira.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, Mr. Perry, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. If you want to call in and ask a question about finding deals, funding deals, analyzing deals, how to add real estate to your retirement planning, join live next through our telephone call-in. Anderson Advisors. Carl, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How are y'all doing this morning? Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, I'm doing great. So first I want to start out by giving out your contact information, 1-800-706-4741, 1-800-706-4741, and it's also, you have a website set up that's unique just for our listeners, rightpathap.com, rightpathap.com. And if people will go on over to RightPath AP, then all you need to do is get a free consultation. You can get started doing that. You can also sign up to get an Invisible Investor Strategy ebook. You can also do long-term buy and hold real estate investing. So all of that you can get at rightpathap.com. So Carl, you know what I love about having you guys on is we get a chance to talk about the three-legged stool. And when I describe the three-legged stool, we're talking about, you know, everybody wants to reduce their tax liability. Everybody wants to be extremely bankable. And then everybody wants to be able to reduce their liability. But as you move more in one direction, you're moving away from another direction, right? So y'all help balance that based on the goals of the individual investor. Tell a little bit about how your process works on that.
Yeah, so the way our process works is that, number one, Clinton Toby, who founded the company back in the 90s, they are avid real estate investors. They've got, you know, at this point, I think over 100 properties, a bunch in Texas themselves. And what happened was is they got tired of getting bounced around from their attorneys themselves, but getting bounced around between their attorneys and tax people, because the tax folks are only looking from the tax side, the legal folks are only looking from the liability side. And they said, hey, let's put it all under one roof and get everybody situated where they need to be versus having them, like you said, lean too far to one side of the stool and fall off the stool. So we combine both of those aspects in the analysis we do for both. You know, like you say, we work with flippers, wholesalers, long-term holders. We do in all sorts of other businesses, but that's real estate's kind of where we make our dent. So we're specifically geared for real estate investors.
Yes, absolutely. So what's the best way to sit down and begin that process?
Well, my personal favorite way is when folks come to one of our AP classes, AP standing for Asset Protection, because it's a whole 3-day deal where you get to know kind of the ins and outs and what you should know about business entities and why you need them and how you should use them. But also we have available, like you gave out the number, call in, you can have a free consultation as well, and we'll kind of go through what you're doing and the best way and how you should be set up. We don't believe in charging for those free consultations, so we kind of give you the information, and usually by the time you're done with the information, we're happy to help you with what you need.
Okay, so when is y'all's next event like that?
Let's see. So periodically, even if people want to travel a little bit, we do those events in Las Vegas as well. As far as the next one in Texas, I unfortunately don't have it on my calendar just yet.
That's okay.
So I will have to look at that one. I would think it's on the AP. They might have a link to the next event down in the Houston area on the AP site specifically for Right Path Realty.
Okay, so and I believe that y'all are also going to be at the next event that's in Houston at the Super Investor event, and then you're also always at our free event at our case study night and that event as well. So people can come by, can talk about the three-legged stool, can talk about, is it best to be bankable? Is it best to be, reducing my liability, or is it best to be reducing my taxes? And we want to have a combination of all three of those. What I find is when people go into acquisition mode, then the biggest priority is being bankable. especially when they're using leverage to collateralize the loans for their real estate investing. But as you get to the size of a portfolio that you want to have, you might want to be reducing your taxes. You're not necessarily in acquisition mode anymore. You don't need to be as bankable. And so you go more towards reducing liability and reducing taxes. So y'all help people, depending on where the phase is, put together a strategy and then implement. And then, one of the things I realize is that most strategies like this, you can't just set and forget, because the tax laws are constantly changing and the implementation, the rules, all of those things there, and y'all stay on top of that. That's your full-time job. That's why y'all are tens at doing that. So can you talk about some of the changes that y'all seen just in the last 6 months or a year?
Yeah, so it's actually funny you mentioned that. Obviously, the biggest tax law change, or the tax change, was the 199, what's called 199A, meaning the different, what's supposed to fit on the back of a postcard. It's not quite that simple. There are some benefits that have come down through it, and it's like you say, it's a big deal, and you got to stay in front of it. It's actually funny. We've been through our tax planning this year for a lot of our clients. We've been waiting on the IRS to release guidance. For those of you that don't know, IRS releases guidance on an annual basis, and they keep delaying it. So they're on their third month of delay. So apparently they're having a couple issues hammering out all the details themselves. But that's kind of the biggest thing we're waiting for. We've got everything else pretty well buttoned up as far as all the formulas to say, hey, say if you're considering a C Corp or an S Corp, if you're a flipper, we can hammer out all the formulas, kind of look at your income and say, hey, no, it makes sense for you to be this type of corporation versus the other. But we're still waiting on some of that guidance. They got rid of a couple of corporate favorites this last year. They got rid of the entertainment expense. There is some interesting information on the internet saying you can tuck it into something else. We don't want our clients to be a case study for the IRS, so that's why we're waiting on guidance as far as if we can capture that somewhere or not. Another thing is they got rid of some of the, I believe, the working lunch meal. So there's a couple little things tucked in there in the new tax provisions. Just generally, like you say, we stay on top of it because, number one, our clients' strategies change, so we need to be aware of who's doing what. Are people transitioning from flips to holds, or where do we move that income? Like you said, if you want to be bankable, then you're looking basically at taking W-2 income. So you're paying personal tax on that. That's just the reality. Banks like to see it. But like you said, if you get to a point where you've got enough in your portfolio, you can take a portfolio loan, then maybe it's not so important to be taking a salary and taking that hit on the personal tax side. So like I said, like you said and like I'm saying, it's kind of a sliding scale, and so we not only, like you said, it's not set it and forget it. We like to work with our clients, and as life circumstances change, so does your business.
Yeah, one of the things I recognize is you probably don't want the accounting in real estate is different from the accounting in like a medical practice, for example. And you probably don't want the CPA that specializes in your ENT or your primary care physician, whoever that is. You don't want the guy that knows the medical profession backwards and forwards. You want people that specialize in real estate. And that's Anderson Advisors. Their website is rightpathap.com. That's rightpathap.com. Their phone number is 1-800-706-4741. That's 1-800-706-4741. If you want to figure out what's the best strategy for you based on your situation, are you self-employed? Are you a W-2 employee? Are you part-time real estate? Are you full-time real estate? How do you balance the entities? Which entity is right for you? Should you be doing it in your own personal name? Should you be doing it in a C Corp, an LLC, an S Corp? Whatever it is, which you need to know what's tailored just for you. And if you went to a separate attorney from your CPA might tell you to do it one way. An attorney may tell you to do it a totally different way. Well, you want to get all those people on the same page because you want them together to align with your overall strategy in terms of what you're trying to accomplish. So that's what Anderson Advisors does. And feel free to give them a call, 1-800-706-4741. So when are you going to be next in town, Carl?
Oh man, I was in Texas probably almost
2
as
minutes.
much time as I was in Las Vegas last month. So this month's a little bit slower on the Texas side. We've got something going on right now, which we call our executive retreat. So in the next couple of weeks, some of our most experienced real estate investors are actually going to be going on an Alaskan cruise and doing some think tank stuff, meaning some horse trading and some things like that. So we like to provide things and spoil our clients a bit. And also, you know, one of the biggest things that gets kind of unrealized is that we have somewhere around 20,000 clients all over all 50 states. So we also get the benefit of seeing trends kind of as they're happening in real time through our service portals and through our client consults and things like this. So it's kind of one of those things that goes unmentioned, but I think it's one of the most powerful tools that we have a chunk of the market as far as people doing real estate investing all across the country.
1 minute.
So we get to see those trends coming.
That's fantastic. So if you want to get around the people that are doing it the right way, go to rightpathap.com, 1-800-706-4741. That's 1-800-706-4741. Hey, Carl, thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having me.
All right, sounds great. Thanks.
Mic's off.
Thanks so much.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding the
I'll be right back.
potential liability that exists
4 minutes.
from owning real estate. At
4
Anderson
minutes.
Business, legal, and tax advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts. Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how
Hey, Tom.
JB
Yes.
Fund Services offers a 9%
Okay.
preferred return. and up to
You get nervous?
3% waterfall.
Yeah, because I
Call
didn't
us
see you on
today at
Facebook. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong feed.
281-915-0906
That could be.
Or visit our website
I'm sitting right here.
jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Gotcha, you appeared. Okay, here we go. Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. We give you practical real estate investing advice and education. What we're trying to help you get to is financial freedom. You know, everybody wants to save for retirement, but what the wealthy do is they invest for financial freedom. Financial freedom is when you have enough income coming in where you don't have to work a job anymore. And nothing wrong with the job. I mean, not everybody enjoys working for themselves. What I'll tell you is there are some great companies to work for out there, and so I'm not knocking, being an employee. That's a fantastic endeavor to take on, provided that you enjoy what you do. I mean, I know people that have they're employees at a corporation, and they absolutely love what they do on a daily basis. They get excited to get up and go to work on a daily basis, all of that. What we're talking about is how do you invest in your better future for the long term and even for the short term, because we have students that will flip a house and make over $100,000 on a single flip. I mean, imagine what a difference your life would be if in your spare time you just made an extra. It doesn't have to be extreme like that, because that's like a grand slam home run. If you know anything about baseball, grand slam home runs do happen. But you wouldn't necessarily want to build a business counting on that right out of the box you're going to hit a grand slam home run. But what would it be if you made, on a regular basis, base hits for us in our business are $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, $35,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a flip. So Richard's asking a question on, our Facebook Live feed. Just getting started in real estate investing, want to flip but don't really know where to start. How do I choose the right property? How do I get financing? Just quit my job as a school teacher, so I'm all in. Hey, Richard, best place for you to start. Come to our free event tonight. If you're in Houston, Texas, I hope you are. If you're in Houston, come to our free event tonight. We're going to talk about how you get started in investing in real estate. We're going to talk about how do you find deals, how do you fund deals, how do you analyze the deal, how do you manage the deal, how do you dispose of the deal when you're finished. And we talk about it from a flipping standpoint. We teach buy and hold. We teach how to wholesale deals. So there's only really 4 ways to make money in real estate. One is flipping. You buy the property, you repair it, you sell it retail once it's been repaired. Second one is wholesaling. That's where you get a property under contract. You get it at such a great price that you're able to sell the contract to another investor, or even what we call hoteling, where you might even sell it to an end-user owner-occupant that wants to do the repairs themselves. The third way to make money in real estate is buy and hold investing. That means you're going to be a landlord. You're going to buy the property. You're going to fix it up. You're going to make it a rental property, and a tenant will be in that property. And then the fourth way is being the bank. If you want to be the lender, that's the fourth way to make money in real estate. Oh, Richard, great, fantastic. If you're going to be at the event on Thursday, because it's free to come to. You could actually come tonight at 6:30, and you could come on Thursday at 12 o'clock as well. And so Richard brings up, and you're going to get a lot of your questions answered, Richard. All you need to do is go to our rightpathrealestate.com website. That's rightpathrealestate.com. We've got a brand new website. Now, it's a work in progress. It's not exactly the way we want it, But that's the way the business is run. You know, you don't have to have everything perfect to get started. Done is better than perfect in life. Done is always better than perfect. So all you have to do is we learn more from doing. It's a whole lot easier to get started, put a new website up there, and then tweak the website as you go, because then you're at least moving in the right direction. Are you moving in the direction of your goals today? Are you spending all your time getting ready to get started? And people that are successful in life, what they do is they actually start. They start on the path. Not just start on the education. Education's important, but you want to simultaneously begin taking action and educating at the same time. RightPathRealEstate.com. Thanks for listening. Jason and I will be in the studio tomorrow. It's the Jason and Tom Show tomorrow. Thanks for listening, guys.
All right, mic's off. Have a good one.